times where I turned around and said, I'm throwing the towel in, I'm done, this can't happen. They were the people that turned around and they said, no, it will come, trust the process.
Brilliant. And it's glad you mentioned Robin here, Robin there, Robin Banks. I follow his the mind power teachings, and he's just amazing. I'd like actually to be able to have him on the podcast at some point. So it'll be great to catch up with him, because just that thinking of how our thoughts and our mind can drive our vision and our success and the things that we can do. It's a different mindset and skill set to actually master and be aware and understand that as well. Just like you probably read the book, Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad Poor Dad book, where he talks about the 4 quadrants and the different types of people. Whether you're an employee or a solo person, a business owner, or an investor, the mindset and the skill set in each one of these is very different. And Robin's teaching about mind power can actually, how it helps people to shift, the different parts of where you want to be yourself as a person.
And I don't think people don't understand, or people don't think about it enough, or about how powerful your mind really is. People don't understand how we can effectively use our mindset and our thoughts to really just change your reality. And that, he's been a massive factor in my success and helping me create that mindset change of my own.
Brilliant. So as far as like, if you had someone, for example, there's a lot of maybe young people or people who are inspiring themselves to be entrepreneurs, and they don't have a clear direction or know what steps to take. From your experience, what would you say are the key things that people should think about when maybe they want to start an entrepreneurial journey?
So the number one thing, I think it's almost becoming a cliche, and it will be the first thing that everybody will say to you is, but find a passion, find something that really just ignites that fire, and something that feeds your soul. When you are doing something that feeds your soul and you have found a passion, then, like the saying that says, if you find something you love, you'll never work a day in your life. And I think that's the number one piece of advice is to just find something that ignites your soul and ignites your fire, and really just is a true passion. Because a lot of people have a passion for anything where they think it's a passion and they'll follow that, but they do it because they think it's going to make them money, and thinking that it's going to make them money, it becomes a passion for them. So it's about finding a true passion, and it's something that really ignites you and propels you. Like, for example, on the days that you aren't wanting to do it and the days that you are having your bad days, something that can still just propel you, and it's something higher, and it's something bigger than just you. And finding that is your number one key to success.
That's great advice, man. Because when you, just like you said, when you're doing something that you're passionate about, even when the challenges and the things come, because to be fair, to be honest, even like you've mentioned your journey, business or anything that you do, nothing is easy. You have to get stuck in, enjoy the ride when the challenges come, tackle them and be creative with your solutions. But when those things are happening in a field and in a zone where it's something you're passionate about, you actually enjoy tackling the challenges as well. I mean, I can see how this emanates from you, how you're passionate about fitness and wellness. It's something that you enjoy, something that you love, and you found a way to actually monetize it as well.
Yes.
Because sometimes people will point to something they are passionate about, is their value, but they can't see a way how it can be monetized. And that's why they end up maybe breaking it and following someone who is doing something just because they think they can make money out of it. But then they can't last the course because the challenges, they can't stand them because it's not their passion. So that's a great way of looking at it.
I heard a quote yesterday, and they were saying that some people think they are depleted and burnt out because they are doing too much. And the person was saying that they think that they are burnt out because they're doing too little of the things that they love. So you're burning out because you're doing too much of the things you don't love and not enough of the things that you do love. So, and the second thing that I just want to say on touching on that, once you've found your passion, and exactly like you just said now, Alex, is it's not easy. It's even once you think you've made it or you've got to the level that you want to be at, there's always challenges and there is always going to be adversity that we face. And the second thing that I can say for young entrepreneurs and people trying to get into the business space is just trust the process. If your vision and your passion are in alignment, there is a process, and just trust it. And it's never easy, and it's never going to just be an easy ride, or it's just going to happen in front of you. And it doesn't happen for itself, but just trusting the process is the number one thing if you have found your passion and your ignition, basically.
And that's good. And in the modern age where we are now, what would you say is the role of leverage as well? Because here you demonstrate a classic example where you are leveraging technology to take your business global. What would you say for people when they are thinking about vision and breaking through into like really top success in terms of leveraging things that are out there around them?
I think leveraging can be one of the most powerful resources that we have as people, not just in business, in any aspect of your life. If you have tools or people or resources around you, you have to be able to leverage them. And I think it's Tony Robbins that says it, if I'm not mistaken. He says, do what you do best and outsource the rest. So it's about finding what you are good at, and if you can't do it to the best of its ability, find someone that can do it. So it's leveraging people around you, leveraging resources. Like, for example, I leverage a lot on technology. But prior to that, I was leveraging a lot on people with industry knowledge. If I didn't know, if a client comes to me with a certain disease or a certain contraindication to the training, then I will leverage my resources around me to be able to provide the best service that I can. So I think leveraging is something a lot of people that get into business and get into especially young entrepreneurs, and I've learned this lesson the hard way, and we try and do everything. We try and do everything ourselves. We try and do everything. We just overload our plates. And I used to work 14, 18 hours a day. When I first started the studio, I was the only person in the studio. I would have to play the receptionist, the personal trainer, the finance person, everything. And you end up just doing too much, and you aren't able to do what you are doing properly. So if you're doing 10 things in a day, you're going to be doing 8 of them properly, and you're going to drop the ball twice. So it's about leveraging, and once you can learn the power of leveraging, you set yourself free. You really can, because there is so much more that you can achieve on it. Another really interesting quote is, a lot of people overestimate what they can do in a year, but they underestimate what they can do in 3 to 5 years. And I think that is where your power of leveraging comes in. If you can learn to lean on the people around you and lean on the tools and the resources, that is where you can scale your business 10 times, 20 times, 30 times bigger than it is. Because you being the only person to doing anything, it gives you a ceiling. Once you reach that ceiling, there's nowhere to go from there. And leveraging pushes that ceiling a little bit higher.
That's great. That's great, Blayde, because sometimes it's like a forced economy, isn't it? We think we are the ones who can do everything best, but also maybe we think we are trying, or it will save us money, but actually it costs you money, because you could be doing those key result areas, the tasks that generate the most income, because you're spending your hours in the most efficient, effective way. But if you use that time to do like admin stuff or things that you're not good at, it's actually costing you money. So that's a great way to think of that.
One thing that I learned as well is working in your business and working on your business are two very different things. I spent a lot of my time in my earlier years of business working in my business, not working on my business, and not working on what's growing the business and what is making the business money. So I spent a lot of my time working on mundane tasks within the business that weren't growing our business, and weren't bringing in the money. When I learned where to focus my time and my energy on what is growing the business and what is bringing me the money, that was when we started to experience real growth.
Brilliant. Now, sometimes as well, when we are working or we're in business, we are pursuing certain things. It can be difficult to maybe stop and enjoy the wins as well. Maybe we can get lost in what is the purpose of what we do. What is the role, would you say, of maybe celebrating the wins as well, taking some time to enjoy the fruits of your labor and the things that you're doing, rather than just getting stuck in and you're just hustling all the time.
Exactly. So I think it's so important to take the time and just to appreciate appreciate growth. For a very long time, I would get caught in the rut that you've just mentioned now, as you're just continuously hustling. And like I said earlier, one of the things that brought me to the success of having my own business is just always going for the next thing. But the negative side of that and the drawback to that was I never appreciated my wins. I never celebrated my wins, because as soon as I got there, I was already looking for the next thing. I was already looking past that for the next goal. So it's important to stay. And one of the things that I've been doing over the last couple of weeks that's been extremely important is just being grateful, and just have gratitude and look back. It's very, very important to look back where you were 3 months ago, where you were 6 months ago, where you were a year ago, 2 years ago. If it's a new business, look back weekly. Look back weekly. Where were you last week that you are better now? And just be grateful for that, because if you don't take the time to reflect, you'll never be able to celebrate your wins. Because I promise you, those wins will come and you won't even notice that they're wins. And I was a victim to this countless times in my first 2 years, 3 years. People would turn around and say, "Oh, you're like, the business is doing so well, it's fantastic," whatever. But I was so caught in the hustle that I wasn't even seeing it. Eventually, a year afterwards, I think, geez, that was a big moment in this. That was a turning point in the business. And we actually, in that month last year, we had our best month ever. But I didn't slow down to actually acknowledge it and to celebrate it. So I think it's so important to actually just show gratitude and to reflect. Reflecting on the past and reflecting on moments in your business is something that I'm actually glad you brought it up, because it's a reminder for me to keep doing it. But it's also, it breeds more motivation. It breeds more motivation, because if you are celebrating those wins, the more wins that you're celebrating, the more you're going to want to keep those wins coming, because you're enjoying those moments. Whereas if you don't acknowledge them and you don't accept them, it's very easy to turn around and think that you're not doing well, even though you are thriving. Which can create negative emotions instead of positive emotions. So I think it's very important to reflect.
Really, that's a great way you mentioned that, gratitude. That's the key word, isn't it? So I just wanted to pick up here how and where can people find you? I think is it Future Fitness?
Yes. So we've on Facebook and on Instagram. We are our website is down. as you're aware, we had the hack. So our website is down at the moment. Our website will be up and running by hopefully by the end of this week. So at the moment, it's Future Fitness Virtual Experience on Facebook, and Future Fitness Virtual Experience on Instagram as well. All of our information and everything is on those pages.
Okay, so Future Fitness Virtual Experience.
Yes.
So, Future Fitness Virtual Experience. Is that all as one word? Different.
Yeah. So it's what I can.
The Future Fitness Virtual Experience.
Correct.
Essentially, yeah. Perfect. So people can find you there. Let me. But at some point as well, people will be listening and seeing this from once your website is back up. It's Future Fitness Studio, okay?
It's futurefitnessglobal.com.
Futurefitnessglobal.com.
Yes.
So you want people to be able to find you. So futurefitnessglobal.com, yeah?
Perfect. Yeah.
So brilliant. So people will be able to find you. So, like you mentioned there, what other sort of things will people be able to do there? Because you mentioned you've got the app. What else can they get? Maybe as testers, just to test and see how things are they can do.
So what we're actually going to be doing is we are going to be doing once a month we are going to be doing a live stream on YouTube, on Facebook, and we are probably going to be doing it on our website as well, where people will be able to join us once a month on a free virtual training session with me. So we will put links up. We will be going live on our Facebook page, on our Instagram page, and on our YouTube page, and people will be able to attend a free workout with me. On this workout is exactly how we are going to show people what we do on our workouts, how the group works, and how our whole app works, and then you can just get an awesome idea on how interactive and fun the workouts are. So that will be happening once a month live on any of our social media platforms, as well as our website.
Yeah, on the website. Okay, and in terms of the app, people can just download the app and have it on their
so the app, because it is a personalized thing, so people can't just download it. What we'll have to do is we actually have to assign people onto it, because it's completely personalized. So everything on there, actually the user interface can actually differ from person to person depending on what they want to do and what goals they are. So it's not like a normal app that people can just download. It's very personalized, and it's very it's created specifically for each person.
Brilliant. No, Blayde, it's been an absolute pleasure speaking to you and just getting into the detail and understanding, where and how you're taking, fitness to a new, different level, and getting people to actually change their mindset around how and what they think fitness and wellness is, and making it that necessity. So thank you very much for your time. I wanted to fit
so much for having me.
Just by having a quick sort of this or that game, just to understand for you as a person, what are the things that you can point to, just as a quick second thinking. If I give you two things, you pick one. Yeah, it's called the this and that game. So if I said tea or coffee, which one are you? A coffee person. Are you a breakfast or dinner person? Dinner, yeah. Beach or mountain?
Beach.
Yeah. Yeah. Are you a skiing or swimming?
Pardon?
Skiing or swimming?
Swimming.
Swimming, yeah. Good, good. It's into fitness, a lot of fitness. How about if we say hope or freedom?
Freedom.
That's a big one. Because when you think of hope, something that carries people to have an idea of something they can achieve. But when you are free, then you get to pursue and live life on your terms, and that's what we are thriving.
Freedom is a big thing, and I think that's why a lot of people go into starting their own businesses and becoming entrepreneurs is for that freedom. We work to make money to be free. Absolutely.
Brilliant. Snaps. Blayde, you are doing amazing things. It's great to follow your journey. I'm sure, given we talked about how as people or businesses are always evolving, thinking of great ideas. We could be sitting here maybe 5 years down the line and we're doing something completely different in the fitness space,
But thank you so much for having me.
That's nice. It's been an absolute pleasure, and I'm sure we'll catch up and link up soon. So thank you very much, Blayde. We'll speak soon. And enjoy the rest of your day.
Chat to you soon.
Cheers. Bye.